Hey guys, it's Happy Conscious Gal here. Oh my god, I haven't done a vlog in like, I don't know, over a week, maybe 10 days. It's been ages. Sorry. It's just been a crazy week. My partner actually came back from overseas. He'd been away for 6 weeks, so there was a few days of cleaning the house, getting everything ready, getting myself psychologically ready, and then a few days where he and I just turned all the phones off and just really spent some time reconnecting. We drove down to this beautiful spa and we spent the day in the spa. It was really nice. So, you know, a few bumpy bits the first few days, reconnecting again. And both of us had done a lot of work on ourselves in the 6 weeks away. So both of us had changed a bit, grown a bit, thought about our relationship, things we wanted to improve. So we spent those first few days really talking about everything, working through stuff. And then, of course, I had to get back to my work and my clients, and I was behind on everything. So it's been a kind of crazy week. So I finally got a bit of time, perfect time to do a vlog and catch you all up on what's been happening in my completion round. Although I'm not so sure I'm going to complete it in this round, actually. It's getting quite slow here towards the end. I may end up having to do another round to finish it, but I'm just not sure. I'm sort of sitting with that at the moment. I don't sort of force myself to stick with my plan if things change. So, you know, I may decide to end this round soon and be happy with where I'm at because I'm at a really good size right now, and you know, maybe I'll do another one later and lose the last few pounds, or it might slowly come off over the next week. We're going to see. I'll talk to you about all of that in a minute, but I'm just going to update you on where I'm at right now because my massive thing that I use when I last spoke to you was about the 8th of September. So it's interesting because on the 8th of September, which is, wow, 9 days ago, I am almost the same weight that I was then. I just got a bit of a shock seeing that. Yeah, the 8th of September, I was 61.9 kilograms, which is 136.5. Today, 9 days later, I am 61.4 kilograms, which is 135.4. So what's that? 1.1 pounds in 9 days. Now, if I was the sort of person who liked to be pessimistic and beat myself up and go negative and get stressed, I could be stressed right now. But as you guys know, I'm a very positive person. I really trust my body. I trust that it's doing what it needs to do to liberate this weight. And I just trust the process. I know it's going to come off the way it always does. It's just a matter of sticking with it and being patient. What's been interesting is that in the last 9 days, my weight, usually on HCG, my weight goes slowly down, 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 down. And in this round, it's gone down, 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 and then maybe stall for a couple of days, and then down, 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 and stall, and down, 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 and stall. It's been doing that for the last month. In the last 9 or 10 days, it hasn't been doing that. It's been going like this. Down, up, down, a bit more, up, down, a bit more, up. It's craziness. So I think if I go the last 9 days, I'll do it in pounds. 136.5, 136.2, 136.2, 136.5, 135.1. That was a big drop of 1.4 pounds. Huge drop. Then 135.6 went up again. Then 135.8 went up again. Then 134.7, another big drop. Then up again, 135.8. Today I'm at 135.4. So it's been like down, down, up, massive down, up, massive down, up. So the overall trajectory really adds up to only 1.1 pounds in 9 days. But, you know, a pound is a pound. Interestingly, my measurements are still going down. And because, as you guys know, I measure in lots of places, it keeps me very positive, because I see that they're still going down. So the last 9 days, that's the last day I vlogged. That's the last day I vlogged. So the day after that, I lost weight in 2 places. Then I had 2 days when no measurements changed. Then the day after that, I lost measurements in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. Craziness. Then the next day, I went down in 1, 2, 3 places. Then the next day I went down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places. Then only 1 place, then 2 places, then 2 places. So it's kind of random. But as you can see, I'm having days where there's big changes in measurements, and then I'm having days where there's tiny changes in measurements, and I had occasional days where there's no changes in measurements, but my size is still shrinking. So, you know, I don't know what's going on the scales. There's obviously I'm retaining water, losing water, maybe bowel movements, not bowel movements, who knows. Not much is changing on the scales, but my shape is still changing. So I'm staying confident and I'm really focusing on that. I'm at the point now, I obviously haven't hit the end because I haven't hit the hunger yet. You know, you guys know that on HCG, when you hit the end, when you have no abnormal fat left, you get really, really hungry. That hasn't happened. I'm still eating my normal 500 calories exactly like I've been doing the whole time. About once or twice a week I eat some mac nuts when I go to the market. I've noticed, does that make a difference? It doesn't. Sometimes when I eat mac nuts I have a big loss the next day. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I gain. So it seems to make no difference. I've had a couple of times where I've had a tiny bit of chocolate delight when I felt hungry and wanted a bit of energy. But that hasn't seemed to have any correlation with the numbers either. So I don't know what's going on. I think it's just that as you get towards the end, your body's hanging on. And it's obviously doing a lot of rearranging inside in ways that I can't see and that aren't being visible on the scales. And if you think about these last bits of fat, they're probably the ones that have been there the longest. You know, in my case, the fat's pretty much gone from my arms. It's completely gone from my legs. It's completely gone from my bottom. It's gone from my face, my neck, my ribs, my shoulders. You know, that's all slim now. The places where even my boobs have gone down, which is a bit disturbing, but it's okay. I'm obviously not a big busted person. I thought I was, but I'm obviously a medium busted person under it all, so that's okay. But the areas that haven't gone down yet, tiny bit of fat still on my back, around the bra strap, where I've always had lots of little big love handles. There's still a bit of a love handle there, which is pretty fine now. I mean, it's fine in clothes. I just would be a little bit self-conscious if I was wearing a backless dress or a backless bathing suit or something. But the main area that there's still fat on is a whole band, like a band around my tummy. The front and back of my abdominal area has a band of fat around it still. And it's becoming more obvious because the rest of me is getting thinner. And I've had that there as long as I can remember. So, you know, whereas I didn't always have fat on my arms, I didn't always have fat on my legs. That fat has been there a long time. So I feel like it's just my body is doing what it can to get to this last bit of fat that's been there the longest. It's probably got the biggest habit of being stored there, you know. It's just physiologically got to do some stuff to shift it. So I trust that because I've done the emotional work, this fat will come off. It just might take a bit longer than the rest did. So where I'm at now is just trying to feel into, I'm on day VLCD36, so that's pretty long. I really only wanted to do a 40-day round maximum. I don't want to do a 63-day round like my first round. I don't think that's necessary at this point. I don't know if it's going to be good for me. So, you know, if I wrap up on 40 days, I will not be at the end of the journey because I still have abnormal fat on me. And we've estimated from muscle testing and dowsing and just looking at me that I've probably got 5 or 6 pounds left. Unless there's a miracle in the next 4 days and 5 or 6 pounds suddenly come off, I'm not going to get to that this round. And I really actually want to complete the journey. I've told you guys I want to have that experience where I wake up one day hungry and my body tells me, you have no abnormal fat left, this is your real weight underneath all the childhood, teenage stuff, this is what your body really looks like. I want my body to tell me that because I don't know what that number is. It might be 3 pounds from now, it might be 5 pounds from now, I don't know. I've never been there before. So I want to have that experience of my body telling me what my actual real size is underneath my history of being overweight. So I'd like to get to that. So to get to that, I either have to continue now for another week or 2, or 3, or take a break, go into phase 3 for 3 weeks, and then hit it again, or take a break for 4 months, 6 months like I did last time, go back to my life, go into phase 4, get on with things, and then later in the year or next year do a final little short 21-day round to get those last 4 or 5 pounds off. My partner keeps saying to me, don't worry, those last 5 pounds will come off just naturally, you eat so healthily, you'll be exercising. You know, I've got to say I don't think that's true because I have been eating healthily for many years and I had a period in my 20s where I was uber exercisey, aerobics instructor, crazy person with sport, and I never ever lost the weight off my stomach. So I personally believe, this may just be a belief, I may need to shift this belief, but my belief is that normal diet and exercise won't shift this fat on my belly. I believe it's abnormal fat and I believe I need to go further with HCG to get rid of it. if I want to get rid of it. I mean, I just go, oh well, it's fine, it's just a little bit of fat, who cares? But as I've said, I'm curious to see what my body looks like without it because I've never seen that before, and I'm just fascinated to see what does my tummy look like when it's not covered with fat. What is my shape? You know, I just want to see that. So I guess my choice before me now is, do I keep going for another 1, 2, 3 weeks, however long it needs, just for this last 5 pounds? Do I give my body a rest, just do a short phase 3 and then, or a short break even? Sometimes people do short breaks and then they skip the loading and just go straight back on. That's like a 2-week or 1-week planned interruption. I could do a planned interruption for 1 or 2 weeks. I could go into a full phase 3 and then reload 3 or 4 or 5 weeks later and do it again for 21 days. Or I could just go into phase 3, phase 4, take a proper break for a few months and do this all again next year or later in the year. I don't really want to do the last one because I kind of feel like I'm so close to the end. I'd like to finish this, complete it, and move on with my life. My partner and I are about to move for a few months up north to the sun in Australia. We're thinking of maybe relocating up there, and I kind of want to just go there as my new self, as my new slim self. I don't want to be in dieting mode. I just want to be getting on with my life, moving into the projects he and I are doing together, finish off his HCG books I'm writing, which I'm really enjoying writing. There's some good stuff in them. Good stuff. Anyway, that's a separate topic. So yeah, I'm just sitting with that at the moment. I'm not rushing the decision. I'll just see what happens over the next few days with my scales. I'll muscle test, I'll tune in, I'll feel into my heart. What does my intuition want to do? You know, what works best for our lifestyle over the next few weeks? Because bear in mind, we're about to move, so we're having goodbye picnics, goodbye dinners, goodbye lunches. Everyone wants to catch up. It all revolves around food. I'm fine to be on phase 2 during that because I've got the skills now to just hang around people while they're eating. It's no problem. But, you know, it might not be so easy to go into phase 3 now. I don't know. I'll think about it. So I just got to feel into it. So that's where I'm at with my weight loss. But I'm going to show you something funny that actually was a massive shock to me. You know, in my last vlog I showed you how I tried on my summer clothes and I got such a shock because they were all really big. Well, I had another equivalent shock this week. My partner and I were on this drive and we're out in the country, and for some random reason we saw this big shopping centre and there was a Target there, which we also have in Australia, like you have in America. And he ran in to get some socks or something. And I thought, that would be interesting. Because I actually get my underwear from Target, just my everyday stuff, not my lingerie and my nice things, but just my daily stuff. And I thought, my undies are starting to get big. It would be kind of interesting to go in there and try some on and buy some new ones now that I've lost all this weight. It was a big shock. It was a big shock when I did this. I mean, as you guys know, most of the weight I've lost has been from my legs and bum. I've never really had a big bum. I'm an apple shape, so my weight's always been in my upper body. I never really got a big bum or big legs, but I hadn't realised how much weight I lost on my legs and bum until I went to Target and tried on underwear. So in my slim days, I've always been like maybe a size 14 underwear, Australia, maybe a size 12, but usually I've been a 14. 14 Australian underwear, I think, is a 10 American underwear. That was my normal size. Sometimes I'd be a 12, which is an American 8. When I was my normal self, I was about 14, which is an American 10. As I got heavier in the last couple of years, I actually went up to a size 16 underwear. And for someone who's apple-shaped, that's big, because we don't have big bums, apple-shaped people. I went up to size 16 undies, which is an American 12, which is big for me. So I was just so excited to think I could get back into a 14, maybe even a 12. I've never worn anything less than that. And I was a size 10. Weird, which is an American 6. American 6, Australian 10. That's just totally surreal. I've got this little bum that wears a size 10. Like a child. Was just surreal. Anyway, so I thought I'd show you something really funny. I'm going to show you a pair of my fat underpants from when I was at my heaviest. Now, you know how I normally wear little undies, but you know how sometimes when you're a bit overweight, if you're wearing a tight dress, you want to wear some undies that come up really high to cover your fat tummy, sort of high, big ones, like high-waisted. So I pulled out this pair of undies that were at my size 16, biggest, that were high-waisted, and I thought I'd show you those because it's really funny. I didn't wear these very often because I don't like big grandma undies, but these are big grandma undies. Check that out. Big grandma undies. Then we have a normal pair of size 16s that are just normal undies that aren't big high-waisted ones, just normal ones, but they're still big-ish. Normal undies. Size 16. Here's my new ones I just bought. Check this out. Size 10. Hilarious. So cute, these ones. Look how little they are. Size 10. Little bum. See what a little bum? That's got the tag on it because I haven't worn them yet. I just couldn't believe it. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I'll hold up the big grandma ones for you and I'll put these ones on top just to give you a big laugh. I don't know if anyone else has shown underwear on their vlogs, but it's just so funny. Look at the difference in width. Can you see that? Obviously they're way high-waisted, so they're different. It's pretty funny. So I got a massive shock, and it's like a whole new world of undies has opened up for me. It's very funny. Anyway, so that's reassuring me. So, you know, the last 5 pounds are slow to budge, but that's okay. I think it's normal. But, you know, my undies are little and my clothes look better and I'm getting a lot of compliments from people and, you know, it's good. So I just have to make a decision as to when I'm going to end and what I'm going to do. So I'll keep you posted. If you've got any thoughts, if you've got any advice, if you've got any feelings about it or anything that you've learned in your experience, if any of you out there have done this bit where you get to the last 5 pounds and you had this face something similar, let me know because I'd love to hear your experiences. Or if you've got any friends who've been there and have some advice for me, that would be great. Anyway, guys, I will speak to you soon. Bye!